This year, the Democrats in the House and Senate have now agreed to extend the child tax credit payments until 2025. They also agreed to some modifications. We're getting more details about what taxes the Democrats are going to raise. We'll go over the major tax increases. The senators returned back from vacation. The politicians in the House of Representatives are still on vacation until next week. Once they get back, they're going to have a lot of work to do in a little amount of time. Countries around the world are building their robot armies. The Israeli robots come equipped with 2 machine guns, cameras, sensors, and they're controlled from a tablet. They also come with autopilot features. According to the World Bank, in the next 30 years, climate change is going to cause up to 200 million people to abandon their homes and migrate. The report was published on Monday, and it covers water scarcity, decreasing crop productivity, and rising sea levels. And the price of natural gas is skyrocketing, so a lot of Americans should prepare for higher heating bills this fall and winter. This is your Tuesday News, and I hope you're having a very nice day. The $3.5 trillion spending bill is going to extend the child tax credit payments. The Democrats in the House and Senate, they were fighting over whether to extend it until 2024 or 2025. They have now come to an agreement to extend it until 2025. Most of the rules, they're going to be the same, but there are some modifications. Children ages 17 and younger will qualify. You're going to receive $300 per month for children under 6 years old. You're going to receive $250 per month for children ages 6 to 17. If you make more than a certain amount of money, your payments will be reduced. For example, that threshold for a married couple is $150,000 a year. There's going to be a look-back rule. If you're over the income limit for 1 year, you may still qualify for the payments if your income was lower in the past 2 years. The Ways and Means Committee said this look-back rule keeps taxpayers eligible for the credits even when their income rises above the phase-out range in a single year. More information has been released on the tax increases within the $3.5 trillion bill. The tax changes are targeting high-income earners and corporations. The top tax rates for personal income taxes would increase from 37% to 39.6%. The highest capital gains tax rates, which is money that you make from stocks, cryptos, and other investments, will increase from 20% to 25%. This new rate is going to be applicable to money made after September 13th of this year. When someone dies, the first $11.7 million of assets can be given away tax-free. If it's above that amount, your assets, they're going to be subject to the death tax, which is 40%. The tax-free amount would fall from $11.7 million to the $3 to $5 million range. There would be an additional 3% tax on people making more than $5 million a year. People making over $400,000 a year would not be able to put money into a Roth IRA using the backdoor method. The top corporate tax rates would increase from 21% to 26.5%. So these are some of the changes, but they're not final yet and still open to modification. And I want to send a friendly reminder to business owners, sole proprietors, independent contractors, single member LLCs, and partnerships that have estimated tax payments due tomorrow. This is for installment period 3, covering June, July, and August. Failure to send in your estimated tax payments by tomorrow can get you penalized, which is an interest rate of 3%. In political news, the senators, they returned back from vacation on Monday. The politicians in the House of Representatives, they're still on vacation, and they're going to get back from vacation next week. The House and Senate, they're going to have a lot of work to do before their next vacation. The Senate voted and approved the fiscal infrastructure bill for $1.2 trillion. The bill got sent to the House of Representatives, but the House didn't vote on it. Instead, they went on vacation. The goal is to pass the fiscal infrastructure bill by September 27th. The Senate and the House, they're both going to be trying to pass the $3.5 trillion human infrastructure bill as well. The House and the Senate, they're still writing up the bill. The goal is to finish writing up the bill by tomorrow and then vote and pass the bill by the end of September. But there's still the problem of 2 Democratic senators that are threatening to vote no to the bill. So we'll see how that situation gets resolved. The politicians also need to raise the debt ceiling. Failure to do so will cause the government to run out of money, a government shutdown, and America would default on their debt. The Republicans are refusing to raise the debt ceiling because they're blaming the debt situation on the Democrats, so the Democrats are going to have to raise it by themselves. The politicians are also going to be trying to pass the Women's Health Protection Act. This would make abortion a legal right throughout the United States. It would prevent states from putting restrictions on procedures. Texas has banned abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy, and the Supreme Court declined to block the law. If you're finding this news summary helpful, please be sure to subscribe. I try to break down the news and just give it to you as straightforward as possible, and I thank you so much for all your support. In international news, the United States, Britain, Russia, and many other countries are ramping up their robot armies for military purposes. The Israelis unveiled their new remote-controlled battle zone robots. These four-wheeled robots are designed for seek and destroy missions to infiltrate and open fire. The robots are equipped with 2 machine guns, cameras, sensors, and they're controlled from a tablet. And some of their functions can run on autopilot. In addition to terminating their targets, the robots can carry injured soldiers, transport supplies in the battlefield, gather intelligence, remove mines, provide logistical support, and more. These remote-controlled robots are reshaping the modern battlefield with drone technology. Critics are saying that this is another dangerous step towards robots making life or death decisions. According to the World Bank, in the next 30 years, climate change is going to cause up to 200 million people to abandon their homes and migrate somewhere else. The report was published on Monday, and it covers water scarcity, decreasing crop productivity, and rising sea levels. In the worst case scenario, they're forecasting that 216 million people will be relocating within their own country. After Hurricane Ida and Tropical Storm Nicholas, gasoline and natural gas prices have been impacted. The cost of natural gas has just surpassed a 7-year high. 78% of the Gulf of Mexico's natural gas production is still offline. This is a really big problem, and the situation is expected to get worse. During this time of year, we usually build up inventories so that we have enough natural gas supplies to get us through the winter. Obviously, we're not building up an inventory right now, so this is really bad timing. This means that Americans will see much higher heating bills this fall and winter. Over 50% of US homes are heated by natural gas. And I wanted to leave you with this advice if you have an iPhone. Apple is warning users about a spyware company that developed a way to take control of your iPhone. There's a security flaw that the spyware company is exploiting. Once they take control of your phone, you won't even know it. It's called a zero-click exploit. It's called a zero-click exploit because it doesn't require you to click on any links or download anything. Apple just released a software update to resolve this situation, so please go download that to protect yourself. You can do so by going to your iPhone, going to Settings, General, and Software Updates, and then install the updates. This is extremely important to protect yourself from identity theft, if you have cryptocurrencies, if you have sensitive information, etc. That's the news for today. If you enjoyed today's report, please be sure to subscribe. I thank you for your support, and I wish you a very nice day.